Okay, so in last video, we talked about depending on different stages, depending on different audience, we may have different performance and probably we want to project different images. So in this video, I want to talk about some kind of popular images people would usually want to project, and what kind of strategies or what kind of tactics people could use given a certain image they want to project. First one, ingratiation. That is a strategy people use to look likable, to appear likable. So we're all social beings. So part of us want to be liked by other people, want to be included by other people. So sometimes we got to use some tactics or strategies to be liked, to look like a likable person. So what kind of specific things we could use to appear likable? First one, say good things about other people. You could compliment other people's their performance, their work, or even their what kind of person they are. So please sing a praise song for them. And but you remember, you got to be sincere. You cannot compliment everybody on everything, right? You got to be sincere, be genuine. The second one is opinion conformity. That is, you show your agreement. You show you agree with someone on a matter. We like kind of similar people with us, especially people who hold a similar opinion or perspective with us. So to look likable, one way you could do, or one thing you could do, is to show your agreement. So keep this in mind next time when you are in a seminar, conference, or when you are discussing something with someone else, especially a group of people. Please show your agreement. Say something like, I share the similar concern, or I share the similar feelings or thoughts. And this can help you look like you are a likable person. And especially sometimes when you have a disagreement with someone in a conference. Well, when you want to express this disagreement, the first thing you may want to do is to show your agreement first, right? Start your expression with something you have agreed on with this person, and then followed by the part where you have a different opinion. So in this way, you are using a very smart strategy to show your disagreement. At the same time, also you earn the credit, right? You respect others' opinions. The third one is returning a favor, reciprocate a favor. So this is very easy to understand, right? So if you offer me a favor and I return this favor to you, and this can easily make myself appear likable. So with these three strategies or three tactics in mind, I'm going to show you guys a clip from the Big Bang Theory. And when you watch this clip, ask yourself, what kind of strategies can you observe from Sheldon or from any characters in this clip to make himself or herself look like a likable person? Okay, welcome back. So we can see that in this clip, Sheldon was actually using all these three types of strategies to show his ingratiation, to appear likable. First, he complimented Penny's performance. And second, he also showed some opinion conformity with his girlfriend, Amy. And the third, he also returns the favor to Penny, right? So we can see that to look like a likable person, Sheldon did engage in all these three types of strategies, but in a very awkward and unnatural way. So that is the first image people usually would project in different contexts. That is, look like a likable person, and three specific things you could do. Second, I want to talk about something called self-promotion. So this behavior, we engage in this behavior to appear a competent person. And this self-promotion is very common, can be commonly seen in professional contexts, such as when you are looking for a job, when you are seeking for a promotion, and when you want to have a raise. So let's talk about this self-promotion. So here I want to talk about the two shortcuts or two strategies people will do to promote themselves when they foresee a possible failure. Okay, so the assumption here or the condition here is when you foresee you are gonna fail something, when you are gonna mess up with a really important exam or a performance or play, something you could do to help you save your face or to look good, to look competent still. So I want to talk about these two things. The first one is self-handicapping. The second one is sandbagging. So these two concepts or these two behaviors can be easily confused. So I really need you guys' attention here, and these two things will certainly be on the exam. So let's talk about this self-handicapping first. So self-handicapping is a strategy people use when they face a possible failure, but they don't want to hurt their self-esteem. They want to save their face. So they engage in this self-handicapping to look good, to save their face. Let me give you a kind of describe you what specific things people do when they do this self-handicapping. So when you foresee a possible failure, so you will find some external excuses for this possible failure. So when we talk about perceptions, we talk about sometimes people make external and internal attributions. So when people do this self-handicapping, they would find some external excuses or they would make some external attributions for this possible failure. Okay. Let me give you one example, describe you a scenario. Let's say you foresee probably you are gonna fail this upcoming statistic exam. So you will talk with your families, with your friends, like, I think I'm gonna fail this exam because I have been sick for the past whole month. So I didn't get the energy or the time to study for this exam. So I shouldn't be the one to be blamed. It is something else causing this failure. It is not because I don't work hard or I'm dumb. It is just because this illness causing the failure of this exam. So in this way, you are making some external attributions. You are finding some external excuses out of your control to save your face, to explain this possible failure. That is this self-handicapping. The second one is sandbagging. So sandbagging is a very similar concept or behavior, but totally different. So what does this strategy do? It's totally opposite with self-handicapping. So, and people, this sandbagging is commonly used in a competition or a one-on-one race when people have some competitors. So what do people do when they do this sandbagging? Well, quite opposite with the self-handicapping. For sandbagging, people would first intentionally claim that they are weak, they are not competent enough. They don't have the skills or abilities to beat up their competitors. So in other words, they intentionally deceive their competitors that they are lame. They intentionally hide their strengths and skills. For what? The purpose they do this is to loosen their competitors' guard, lower their defense. But when it is in the real game, they will try their best to beat up their competitors. I know it is not quite ethical and it is so lame, but some people do that, especially my husband. So I remember when we were running for a 5K race. And before this race, he talked with me and he was like, oh, I sprayed my ankle. I don't think I can beat you. So let's kind of run together and keep the same pace. But when it was in a real game and he ran really fast once it was started, I can barely see him after 1 minute of after the start. So again, this is unethical behavior, but sometimes people do that. So let me kind of recap the difference between these two. For self-hand camping, when you foresee a possible failure, you are trying to find some excuses for yourself. Claiming that it is not because you are dumb, you are not intelligent enough, you are not hardworking enough. It is something kind of happening outside or out of your control, causing this possible failure. Whereas for this sandbagging, people intentionally hide their strengths and skill and give their competitors a false image that they are lame, they are weak. And then their competitors will loosen their guard, their defense. But when it is in the real game, they will try their 100% to beat up their competitors to win this game. So that is this sandbagging. The last one, intimidation. That is a strategy people use when they want to look like they're dangerous, they're tough, they want to be intimidated by other people. Well, I personally have lots of strategies to look intimidating, such as whenever I have a fight with my husband, I would increase my voice volume, I would stand at a tall place to look down him, and I would expand my arms to take as much space as possible. So that are my kind of small strategies I use. I don't recommend them to, but I'm pretty sure you guys all have a set of your own strategies as well. And next, I'm gonna show you guys a video clip about it's a Hangka dance by the New Zealand local people. So let's take a look at this dance, and I'm pretty sure that the New Zealand people, they are using this dance to look intimidating in the game field. So this is a really funny video. Please make sure you check it out and then come back to our lecture. We're going to talk about the self-penetration theory and self-disclosure.